Power generation. Power generation. What is power generation?
Power generation refers to the process of producing electricity from various sources of energy.
What are the primary sources of power generation?
Primary sources include fossil fuels, coal, natural gas, oil, nuclear, renewable sources solar, wind, hydro, and geothermal energy.
How does a coal power plant generate electricity?
Coal power plants burn coal to produce heat, which is used to generate steam. The steam drives turbines, which, in turn, generate electricity.
What is a photovoltaic cell?
A photovoltaic cell or solar cell is a device that converts sunlight directly into electricity using semiconductors.
What is hydropower?
Hydropower generates electricity by harnessing the energy of flowing or falling water, typically in dams and hydroelectric power plants.
What is a wind turbine?
A wind turbine converts the kinetic energy of wind into mechanical energy, which is then used to generate electricity.
How does nuclear power generation work?
Nuclear power plants use nuclear reactions fission to produce heat, which is used to create steam and drive turbines for electricity generation.
What is cogeneration (CHP)?
Cogeneration, or combined heat and power, is a process where electricity and useful heat are produced from the same energy source simultaneously.
What is a geothermal power plant?
Geothermal power plants use heat from the Earth's core to generate steam, which drives turbines for electricity production.
What is distributed generation?
Distributed generation refers to small-scale electricity generation at or near the point of use, often using renewable energy sources.
What is a grid in the context of power generation?
A grid is a network of interconnected power lines and generators that distributes electricity.
How do solar panels convert sunlight into electricity?
Solar panels use photovoltaic cells to convert sunlight into direct current DC electricity.
What is the role of a transformer in power distribution? Transformers are used to step up or step down voltage levels for efficient electricity transmission. What is the difference between AC and DC power?
AC alternating current changes direction periodically, while DC direct current flows in one direction.
How does a natural gas power plant generate electricity?
Natural gas is burned to produce hot gases that drive turbines, generating electricity.
What are the advantages of nuclear power generation?
Nuclear power is low in greenhouse gas emissions and can provide a steady supply of electricity.
What is the concept of energy efficiency in power generation?
Energy efficiency involves reducing energy waste and optimizing power generation processes.
How does tidal power generation work?
Tidal power uses the rise and fall of tides to move turbines, generating electricity
What is a
from
microgrid?
the kinetic energy of water. A microgrid is a localized power system that can operate independently or in connection with the main grid. What role does energy storage play in power generation? Energy storage systems store excess energy for later use, helping balance supply and demand.
What is a smart grid, and how does it improve power distribution?
A smart grid uses advanced technology to enhance the efficiency and reliability of power distribution, enabling better control and monitoring.
What is the role of renewable energy in reducing greenhouse gas emissions?
Renewable energy sources like wind and solar power generate electricity without producing greenhouse gas emissions, helping combat climate change.
How does a geothermal heat pump work? For residential heating and cooling.
Geothermal heat pumps use the stable temperature of the Earth to efficiently heat and cool buildings.
What are the challenges associated with integrating intermittent renewables like wind and solar into the grid?
Challenges include grid stability, energy storage, and managing variable energy generation.
What is a microhydro power system, And where is it commonly used?
Micro-hydro systems harness the energy of small water flows and are often used in rural areas to provide electricity.
How does a nuclear reactor control nuclear fission reactions?
Control rods and coolants are used in nuclear reactors to regulate and control the nuclear fission process.
How does a combined cycle power plant work? And what are its advantages?
Combined cycle power plants use both gas and steam turbines to maximize energy efficiency, making them highly efficient and cost-effective.
What are the environmental concerns associated with hydropower dams?
Environmental impacts may include changes to aquatic ecosystems, fish migration, and the displacement of communities near dams.
How do fuel cells generate electricity? And what are their applications?
Fuel cells generate electricity through chemical reactions and are used in various applications, including transportation and stationary power generation.
What is the concept of distributed energy resources, DERs?
DERs refer to decentralized power sources like solar panels and small wind turbines, often located near or on site of the energy user.
How do tidal power plants differ from traditional hydropower plants?
Tidal power plants use the rising and falling of tides to generate electricity, while traditional hydropower relies on river flows.
What is the concept of peak load and how is it managed in power generation?
Peak load refers to the maximum demand for electricity. It is managed through peaker plants and demand-side management to meet high demand periods.
How is waste-to-energy technology used in power generation?
Waste-to-energy plants burn waste materials to generate electricity, reducing landfill waste and contributing to renewable energy generation.
What are the main environmental concerns associated with fossil fuel power plants?
Environmental concerns include air pollution, greenhouse gas emissions, and habitat disruption from mining and drilling.
What is a virtual power plant VPP, and how does it work?
A VP connects multiple distributed energy sources and storage systems, optimizing their use and providing grid support.
How do power generation and transmission systems help during natural disasters?
Backup power systems and grid resiliency measures play a crucial role in providing emergency power and aiding disaster recovery efforts.
What are the differences between base load and peaker power plants?
Base load plants provide a continuous, steady supply of electricity, while peaker plants are used to meet fluctuating peak demand.
How is nuclear waste managed in the context of nuclear power generation?
Nuclear waste is stored in specialized containers and facilities to ensure long-term safety and prevent environmental contamination.
What are some innovative technologies for cleaner power generation?
Innovative technologies include advanced nuclear reactors, carbon capture and storage (CCS), and next-generation wind and solar technologies.
Power Generation Basics. Part 1 is in the books, but the story is far from over. Part 2 is on the horizon, ready to dive deeper into the future of power generation. Stay tuned for more electrifying content.